Any reason you decided to completely disrespect my schedule?
I was confirming a last-minute witness. He's on the list.
You had plenty of time to arrange your witnesses, Miss Walsh. I don't appreciate the delay.
It won't happen again, Your Honor.
Not without consequences, no. Call in the jury.
What's up with this?
I don't know, but I don't like it.
Ms. Walsh, you may proceed.
The prosecution calls John Anthony Zakara.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Psst, Juror 4. Psst. Hey. Gasoline, match, kaboom.
Juror number 2, since you've decided to take upon yourself to provide a running commentary, would you mind sharing your acute observations with the rest of us?
Your Honor.
My court, my rules. Take your seats, please. Thank you. Juror 2, care to enlighten us?
Gladly, Your Honor. I was merely informing this lovely lady that Sonny Corinthos and John Zakar hate each other like the good Lord hates sin.
Objection, prejudicial.
And the defense agrees, for once.
I'll stipulate that Mr. Zakar and Mr. Corinthos hate each other, with all religious references removed.
Thank you, Judge.
Juror number 2, the idea is you keep your opinions to yourself. Listen to the evidence. Meet with your fellow jurors and render a verdict. See how it works? Miss Walsh?
Mr. Zakara, can you please tell the court how you happen to know Mr. Corinthos?
My sister, Claudia, was married to him.
And when did your sister marry Mr. Corinthos?
About a year and a half ago.
Were they in love?
At first, no, but Claudia ended up loving him, yes.
Well, why did they get married if they weren't in love?
It was part of a business arrangement.
Please clarify.
His Sonny wanted to take over as head of my family's organization as my father was stepping down. So the marriage was part of the deal to bring the two families together.
To your knowledge, did Mr. Corinthos benefit financially from this marriage?
Yeah, very much so.
And what about your sister?
No. He shut Claudia out of the business completely. Treated her terribly from the very start.
Objection, hearsay.
Overruled.
Mr. Zakara, did you ever see Mr. Corinthos abuse your sister?
Yes, all the time.
When you say Sonny abused your sister, what do you mean?
That he was cold to her. Rude, dismissive. Treated her like she was nothing. And it only got worse as the marriage went on.
And what do you mean by worse?
Well, he told her constantly to her face that she was nothing but property. That their marriage was part of a business deal, and the only reason they stayed married was so he could stay head of the organization.
Why didn't she leave?
Because she wanted a family. And it didn't matter to her if she was living with a man who called her a whore, looked down on her and treated her that way, and used her for sex.
Objection, hearsay.
I'll allow, given the circumstances.
Claudia wanted to make Sonny happy. I told her all the time that it was impossible, but she insisted. She was so glad when she finally got pregnant. She thought that it would turn the marriage around. That he'd finally start being nice to her, but he didn't. The abuse only got worse from there. He was always calling her names. Swore the baby wasn't his. Accused her of having an affair with his brother. She couldn't win. If she shut him out, then he'd get mad at her. And if she was nice to him, then he'd sleep with her and turn around and call her a whore. Sonny insisted that Claudia get a paternity test. That's why she was in the car that night. She was on her way home with the paternity results. She got into a wreck and I'm sorry. The baby died. And it was his, of course. And he said it was a blessing that the baby died.
It wasn't like that at all.
Claudia loved that baby with all her heart, and you were glad it was dead.
Objection, Your Honor. This witness is not in this courtroom to heckle my client.
Sustained, Mr. Zakara. Address your testimony to the court, not to the defendant.
Did Mr. Corinthos ever hit your sister?
I saw bruises on her all the time.
That's a lie. That is a lie right there.
Sonny beat her down every day that they were married. Sonny likes to go on and on about how he respects women and honors mothers and children. But what about my sister? She loved Sonny. And what did he do? How did he repay her? By breaking her down and slapping her around
Shut
whenever
your
he
mouth,
felt
you
like
little weasel.
Oh, really? Come on, you want a piece of me, huh? See, you're afraid to come after me. Only a coward treats a woman the way you treated my sister and does to her.
Listen
You are
to
a
me.
coward, and you know it.
I never beat Claudia. I've never hit a woman in my life. Your sister was a conniving little witch who got exactly what she deserved.
You know what? You treated her like dirt from the very beginning, and you